We are given a circle with equation x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 85. And there is a straight line with the equation y equals 3x minus 20. The line intersects the circle at A and B, and the center of the circle is C. From this equation, if you set x plus 1 to 0, we have x equals -1. And if you set y minus 2 to 0, you have y equals 2. Then the center of the circle has coordinates -1 and 2. Yeah, that is what we know so far. Now, part A, find by calculation, meaning that, you just do not look at that circle and try to figure out the coordinates of A and B. Y is 3x minus 20. So we replace y with 3x minus 20 in the equation of the circle. For the equation of the circle, we have x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2. That y here is replaced with 3x minus 20 minus 2 squared equals 85. So when we expand this, we have x squared plus 2x plus 1, and this is 3x minus 22. We can bring the 55 over to the left. Then expanding the second binomial, that would be 9x squared minus 6 times 22 is 132x. And then 11 squared is 22 squared is 484 minus 85 equals 0. Collecting like terms, we have 10x squared minus 130x plus 400 equals 0. We can drop 1 0 from all these terms so that x squared minus 13x plus 40 equals 0. This quadratic can be factored to x minus 5, x minus 8 equals 0, so that x is 5 or x is 8. Now, when x is 5, you can find the y coordinates by replacing x with 5 into the equation of the line. You have 3 times 5 minus 20, which will give you 15 minus 20 is minus 5. So the y coordinate is negative. That means this must be the coordinates of point B. B has coordinates 5 and -5. When x is 8, we can replace x with 8 into the equation of the line. Here 3 times 8 minus 20. 24 minus 20 gives you a 4. So A has coordinates 8 and 4. Right, that is what you have for part A. Now look at part B. You need to find an equation of the circle which has its center at C. C has coordinates -1 and 2 that we established just now, and for which the line with the equation 3x minus 20 is a tangent to the circle. So if this line is a tangent to the circle touches this line at only a single point. So it should touch the line at a single point, meaning that the radius will be much smaller than this square root of 85. The equation of the circle, because the center is -1 and 2, what changes is actually the radius. So to find the radius of the circle, we need to find the distance from C to the line. And this circle touches the line at the midpoint of AB, since the line is tangent. So we need to find the midpoint of AB. Because the circle is tangent, so it touches this line only at the midpoint of AB instead of at points A and B. To find the midpoint of AB, we average the x coordinates, so yeah, 5 plus 8 over 2, and we average the y coordinates, negative 5 plus 4 over 2. Midpoint has a value of 13 over 2 for the x coordinates. The y coordinate is negative 1 over 2. So from here, this will give you the midpoint. We need to find the radius now. The radius is the distance between point C and the midpoint. The equation of the circle that we want now is actually x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared. This equals r squared. So r is the distance, then r squared is the square distance. We can just find the distance between C and this one. So we have 13 over 2 minus negative 1 squared. And then we add 2. That is negative 1 over 2 minus 2 squared. By right, r should have a square root here, but since we square this, we no longer need to square root that. So that will give us 15 over 2 squared plus negative 5 over 2 squared, and that is 125 over 2 as the square of the radius. Then the equation of the circle that we want is x plus 1 squared plus the square of y minus 2 equals 125 over 2.